Hello everybody, this is Obama and welcome to race number 30 of the 2020-21 NROL Skittles Cup Series season. This is the Target 400 at the Chicagoland Speedway. We're getting deeper and deeper into the season and the playoffs are not far away. Well, okay, they're still kind of far away now, but we're getting closer and closer to them. So, things are going to be quite interesting here. Yeah, field. Been exciting sausages all this whole season. Although the last couple races have been a bit of a mess. Indianapolis was a bit of a sausage fest as a whole, and the Kentucky race went pretty well actually. And then there was a humongous pile up on pit road, which really gonna cost the game. So let's hope for slightly more normal races at Chicagoland Speedway. But from what we saw in yesterday's Siemens Nash Series race, well, I'm not sure what to expect actually, but we're going to find out right now. So with that being said, let's give you the starting grid for this race. So the pole for this one is Brad Kozlowski, on the second is Ryan Preece, third is Rebecca, fourth is Kevin Harvick, fifth is Tyler Reddick, sixth is Fernando Bobbin, seventh is Alex Gordon, eighth is Simpson, ninth is Nia, 10th is Wilson David, 11th is Eric Jones, 12th is Perry Serp, 13th is Danny Hamlin, 14th is Joe Logano, 15th is Gridron, 16th is Oliver, 17th is Brian Blaine, 18th is Kyle Busch, 19th is Kana, 20th is William Byron, 21st is Chase Elliott, 22nd is Glenn Ford, 23rd is Brian Coaches, 24th is Kurt Busch, 25th is Douglas, 26th is Christian Bell, 27th is Chris Buescher, 28th is Cole Custer, 29th is Elizabeth Richard, 30th is Donald, 31st is Eric Gunwell, 32nd is Matt Kenseth, 33rd is Duck, 34th is Matt Pedro, 35th is Mark Sykes Jr., 36th is Ricky Stenhouse Jr., 37th is Austin Dillon, 38th is Jimmy Johnson, 39th is James Six, 40th is Ryan Newman, 41st is Bell Walsh, and 42nd is Reed Sorensen. Alright, players in field as per usual, and also Kana back in the Cup Series. And this is actually going to be Kana's first ever full-length Cup race. Yeah. So, it's safe to say that Kana hasn't been off to the best start in her career. So, she's had a few opportunities now to make a few races, and so far hasn't done anyone in one of them. I mean, let's see. So she went to the Daytona International Speedway, made the Super Bowl shootout, but unfortunately that meant absolutely nothing as she fell all the way back down below the transfer spot in the duels and make the race. Then she went to Seagull Speedway, scored some points that time, but didn't make the race. Then she went to the All-Star Open, didn't make that race either, which is, I mean, I guess you kind of expect to not make that race because there were some pretty professional drivers, and yeah. And funny enough, one of the other drivers that was in the All-Star Open race was Ryan Preece. He was the points leader for a minute. Dropped back down a spot though after Indianapolis, but let's see how well he does today as he's starting in the front row. So this is Kana's fourth appearance in the Cup Series event, but now she's actually racing, so let's see how that goes for Kana and the other guys as well. So, with that in mind, green flag is in the air for the Target 400 at Chicagoland Speedway. This time it's still a bit of a tight battle for the lead going to the first corner. Brackets obviously though with the spots. Still trying to get out here. And Rebecca up here in third. Also made notes for the Bob a little bit back there with another variant of the Phase 7 ALC 42 paint for his Amtrak paint scheme. This week looks pretty nice, or this time looks pretty nice. Stop and mention that. And here is Tyler Reddick as well, going very low, trying to make it 3 wide for the lead. And Kevin Harvick hits the wall! And crashing has occurred here. Okay, big early race crash here at Chicagoland. And caution already. That could have went very badly for a lot of these guys. Russell David as well up here trying to improve on his performance yesterday. And Fernando Bobbin, though, got a little bit involved in that crash, but ultimately it was Kevin Harvick who was the spinner, and as you can see right now, the result of all that, his car is now completely broken. So let's actually see that in a little bit more detail. So he was turning high up. I gotta make sure I do this properly so I don't crash the game. So he was doing it, then he scrapes the wall, and then he gets into front of Bobbin, who ultimately spins him out, and then the drivers hit each other. Alex Bowman gets it as well, and then Kenner hits front of Bobbin again. A lot of the field though below goes by pretty quickly, but then Christian Bell hits him. Matt Devedo involved as well, and Ricky Soto Jr. getting a piece of these guys as well. A little bit of stuff happening up here as well. Game 6 getting into it with the Real Xbox Nerd. Yeah. I think I can see that again in a little more detail. Yeah. So a few broken race cars. You know, at least in the Siemens Nationals, we've gone about halfway through the race before our first caution in this race. Again, Cup guys seem to be getting very aggressive as we have a first caution today and we're only 3 laps in. So with that in mind, Keselowski gonna keep his lead. So pace car is getting to the front of the field. Now even this time by we're gonna let some guys have been coming up the road now. Fix the damage. Benel, Dang 6, the Real Xbox Nerd, Christian Bell, and Kevin Harvick all coming up the road. And what about Frank Bobbin? Yeah, looks like he got involved. Wrong driver. Yeah, Frank Bobbin, he also took some damage in that crash, so he's down the road as well. Not a good start today for Frank Bobbin. Got a beautiful looking paint scheme too. But wow, Frank Bobbin started pretty high, was looking for a good day, and now already down the hill, not even 5 laps in. Well then, could this be one of those races? Okay, it looks like none of the drivers around the track are going to be going for the road though. Okay, well, looks like all the guys that got broken before coming back on the track. Yeah. So Freund de Bobbin with a bruised car. Like all these guys now with a bruised car. It looks like Freund de Bobbin got out there pretty well, but unfortunately, it's not the fastest driver. Well, anyways, let's see what the field does today. Is RH gonna have any lap cars? No, sir. Alright, so we're just dead last and see that every day. But every car is still actually on the racetrack. It's just that now not every car is gonna be fast. Alright, well now that we're single file, let's see. Let's hope for better stuff here. So Brad Gonzalez exterior later. Actually, for the most part, the front of the original grid hasn't changed very much. It's just a couple of drivers losing spots and other drivers getting crashed into, but everyone who's still up high, you know, they're still in it to win it. So now we see who's still in to win it as the green flag back in the air. As Phil now gets up to speed. So back to battling. Tyler Reddick trying to get around Ryan Preece. I like that's going too wide now. A little bit early in the race to be doing that. And yeah, a couple of rookies now going at it for second. Tyler Reddick, of course, with the 4 wins, but Preece just got his first one just a couple races to go. Oh yeah, he's gonna lose a spot. Oh man, Reddick He's actually going to lose a couple spots, a couple to Solus Motorsports guys. Rebecca going to make his way around, or her way around, excuse me. And yeah, it's already losing a couple spots to Tim Tom and Rebecca. He is well running up here. Say up here, so he's just barely in the top 10. Okay, well, this is race starting to become a bit similar to the Siemens Naxi's race. Field goes absolutely nuts at the start. Now they're beginning to calm down a little bit. At least the front guys is up here. Anyways, they're still hitting each other. And the back here, they're absolutely nuts. Here's Kana getting to the action. The first time Kana's actually been able to do this in the Cup Series. Meanwhile, now there's a battle for 6 between Eric Jones and Russell David. I'm going to buy Russell David for now, though. So Brad Keselowski trying to have a bit of an Anthony Logan-esque race. Now, how slow are the slow cars? Pretty slow. Like, Football is just barely keeping up now. So if we go green for long enough, lap traffic will likely play into this race later on. Meanwhile, battle between Alex Bowman and Nia. Oh, more battling up here. Actually, might be a little bit easier pass in the series. Here's Russell David now going side by side with Tyler Reddick. And Russell David for the second race in a row, as in race that he's ran. Off to a good start. And Ryan Preece is well going high. And now we're about to have a 3-wide battle for second. As now we're heating up. Ryan Preece went high and almost lost a couple spots to the Solus guys and gals. Now, of course, since Kana wasn't yesterday's Siemens Naxi's race, neither of the Solus girls could have a practice for this race. But it doesn't look like they really need that, because here they are, both running the top 10. Once again, battling everywhere. And now we got a battle between teammates brewing. Rebecca trying to pick up a spot on Tim Tom. Nah, still trying. It's hard to pass here. Rebecca unable to make an overtake this time. In fact, she might lose a spot now to Tyler Reddick, who's trying to pass Rebecca. Now, as we discovered in the Siemens Naxi's, overtaking isn't impossible, but it is very difficult. And here's us David once again attempting a pass on Tyler Reddick. Now in yesterday's race, Russell David mainly remained close to his teammate with Uber Expulse. And unfortunately for Cub Wall, his teammate in this race, Fernando Bond, was up here. He got involved into the crash that happened early on, so Russell David pretty much all by himself with only the Chevy guys to help him out. But perhaps Russell David doesn't need any help. Well, we'll see how this race goes for him as we go on. For the moment, though, there isn't too much going on. Now, if we do go green all the way, we will have mid-race pit stops under green. Now, with that in mind, now, one thing that's worth mentioning, in the Siemens-Nash race, the root cause for both cautions was lap down traffic. Are we going to see that again today? Are we going to see a caution for lapped cars? Or will we be able to go the rest of this race green and not have any cautions for lapped cars? Well, lapped cars aren't actually moving that slowly, so even if we do catch up to them, it's going to be a while until we do. So at this point, the field can just race, try to make a pass whenever possible, otherwise just log laps. And, you know, is Bragg, he's got the lead now, but he's going to have that lead for the whole race. I mean, even Andy Logan, though, after he got passed up, he still came up with a pretty good finish. So, we'll have to see if Brad K can do the same. Meanwhile, here's Tim Tom now with attempting a pass on Ryan Preece. But as we've learned this week, this race here at this track is very good passing. Ooh, Rebecca running high though. Man, if she's not careful, she's gonna lose a spot to Tyler Reddick here. Alright, she gets it back though. They got all this dangling around the field. And no actual overtakes are being made at the moment. Now, of course, that could change with pit stops, or caution, or lapped cars. Either the field can't pass each other, there'll still be things that could play into that happening anyways. And back here, it's closely represented to about between Eric Jones and Nia. Oh, Blaine scrapes the wall. Yeah, Blaine, he hasn't had the best last couple of races. He did have a bit of a points gap. But unfortunately, that points gap has dropped. So, he can still be consistent enough to make the playoffs and then pull away from there. But if he has too many bad runs, he might fall out of the playoff bubble. And Blaney, he's led the point standings for a lot of races this season. So it'll be kind of a shame to see him fall below the playoff bubble just before it actually happens. Yes, at the moment the field just logging laps and stuff, and looks like Guido though, he's next driver that we might encounter, but even that might have happened for a little while longer. So Brad Keselowski just gonna try and stay out in front. And not let anything bad happen to him. So, what's next? Well, tires are wearing off, so here's Rebecca though, with an attempt on an overtake around Tim Tom. Rebecca might have a good run here. If she can send it into the corner hard enough. With Tim Tom though, you know, with how wide this racetrack is, he's got the luxury of the top lane. And actually, he's going to try now his own move on Ryan Priest. Which is... okay, though we do have a bit of a pass back here, though. And once again, Russell David in the battle with Tyler Reddick. But once again, the battle goes nowhere as they just can't seem to make it work. You know, this race is starting to remind me of All Club. Feels like such a long time ago now. Yeah, that was race number 2. And here we are, up to race 30. And Rusty once again having to fend off Eric Jones. Once again tries to head into the corner on Tyler Reddick. Ooh, what's that? That better not too far ahead. Alright. So I guess at this point the field's just waiting for the pit window to open. As drivers just can't seem to pass each other. Here's Sim Tom again. Side by side with Priest. Could he actually succeed with an overtake? Remember, it's very hard, but it's not entirely impossible. Nope. He just loses the run off of the exit of the corner. I think pit stops are going to have quite an impact on this race once those do happen. You know, some drivers are going to fall back, others are going to come forward. Not too far behind, back to Benito, though. Looks like Jimmy Johnson's off the track, and so is Donald. I don't know what happened to those guys. But Matt Benito isn't too far ahead. Now he's actually just a little bit faster than the guys that are about to catch up to him. But he's still slow enough to a point where, you know, drivers are going to catch up. So Matt Benito about to be lapped. Now he's moving rather slowly, so if the vehicle can just carefully get around him, there won't be a caution. And also, another thing worth mentioning, Brad Keselowski, he was the one that won at All Club. So, is he really about to win another race that's in the style of that race where drivers can't really pass each other? I mean, the Siemens Next series cars can pass each other if they really try, but this series, nah, we're halfway through the race. He's also did every single lap, and there hasn't been much passing anywhere since, well, since the green flag. This episode might change that. That's fun enough now, drivers have to try to get around Matt DiBenedetto as Tim Tom scrapes the wall. And that has cost him quite a bit of ground there. Ooh, Rebecca, though, stuck on the high line. Maybe she's trying to help out her teammate. Perhaps not the smartest thing to do, though. Nope, he's going to go back to the bomb lane. No one took it. Okay, well, Rebecca getting held up by Matt DiBenedetto. It has caused guys to race in multiple lanes and scrape the wall a bit. Ooh, Russell David into the wall a bit as well. Here comes Nia. Moving on up. And Russell Davis stuck in a pretty bad spot. You have to try a little bit harder with getting around Matt DiBenedetto. Doesn't scrape the wall that time, but does come very close. Still trying very hard. There he goes. Took a while, cost him a couple spots. But your top 10 is about to getting close, getting around Matt DiBenedetto. So now you have Alex Bowman and Denny Hamlin. Let's look back up here. Feels a little bit spread out. Alright, here goes Alex Bowman and Gridrin with a good run today. Although Denny Hamlin went pretty low on him. Ooh, scraped the wall a bit there. Fortunately, no caution. At least not yet. And here's Ryan Preece trying to get around Brad Keselowski. Might be seeing our first lead change of the day. As Ryan Preece now beneath Keselowski, but as its improvements for right overtake. By the way, more lap traffic is coming up. There's Ryan Preece, who is gonna lose. Yep. Well, pit stops still have to happen, so they're gonna happen at some point soon. Now there is a little bit more lap traffic this time. Got a pack of a few cars. Oh, some drivers already coming down pit road. So you could see literally coming up pit road pretty soon. Some drivers coming down. In fact, Preece down pit road. In fact, yeah, as is on the camera, there's a number of drivers on pit road at the moment. So pit stop cycles have begun here at Chicago. So drivers though staying out a little bit longer. Brad Keselowski about to get overtaken by Austin Dillon on first tires. He can't stay out forever though. Number of behind also going down pit road. Kozlowski's getting another lap. This is actually costing in time. Because Ryan Preece, he went down pretty early. So Preece might have an advantage on Brad Keselowski. Here he comes. Here's Ryan Preece, who I think is your leader. Well, we'll see how he cycles out to the lead once his stops do fully cycle through. Ryan Preece, he's been running up front all day. Wants to keep that going. So he's progressed back up to 8th. And here we go, trying to chase down Brad Keselowski. This is for the lead. And where is Brad? Quite a long ways out in front, actually. Wow. Well, I don't know what's up with Brad Keselowski. He's actually still just getting up to speed. Wait, what? Oh no! That's not quite right. Yes, sir. That is not quite right at all. So Brad Keselowski, I don't know what was going on. So he came on the pit road. It was pretty fast. I got held up a little bit. And Preece actually passed him quite a while ago. Very long time ago. And Keselowski, who didn't get a very fast pit stop, has dropped back quite a few spots. And Ryan Preece taking over the lead. Just a little bit earlier in the week, Ryan Preece got his first win at Kentucky by staying up front all day and then taking advantage of pit stops. Is he really about to do it again? Only a couple races later in the same week. I mean, to be fair, this is a similar track to Kentucky. Of course, you had Indianapolis in between that. Indianapolis was a completely different show. But of course, now we're here at Kentucky, or, oh my goodness, Chicagoland. Things are pretty similar to Kentucky. You know, hard to pass, but you can pass, but pit stops ultimately will decide the outcome. Yeah, some drivers capitalizing on it, others losing on. Rebecca was up here. She dropped back quite a bit. Nia, she dropped back a lot. Others, though, not such bad days. Russell David, who was already in the top 10, is now still in the top 10. Although now he's a long way behind. At this point, it's come down to these 4 guys. So they've got Ryan Preece, where he has a pretty decent gap on Tim Tom, who was in second. But then you have Gudrun in third, and Kurt Busch in 4th. And they're a whole 3 seconds ahead of Percy Serp. unfortunately for some of these guys, they've been able to keep having a good day, and Russell David was already in top 10, still in the top 10. And if nothing goes wrong, he's likely gonna stay there. Now, Ryan Priest, though, is starting to lose ground. And now, as a result of those pit stops, it feels a lot more spread out. So it's going to be interesting to see what Priest does from here. A little bit of wall scraping. Green flag still out though. So Priest is slowly losing ground. Or slowly losing his lead, if you know what I mean, but it's, you know, I mean, well, these guys aren't fresh tires now, but it's not gonna make it less hard to pass. In fact, really, the only thing that these guys can rely on is the lap traffic. I say lap traffic. Well, I mean, there is Matt DiBenedetto running slow, and Kana, who must have had disaster pit stop. Oh dear. Well, things are gonna get interesting. Yeah, honestly, this race is starting to turn into a repeat of Kentucky. As here you have Ryan Priest out in front. He's made pit stops go well. So now, he just has to hold off the field and make his way around the lap traffic in the next few laps. Now Donald, he's running slow. He must have gone through some kind of incident with Jimmy Johnson or something. I don't really know. Right, okay, he's going to run by. Absolutely no challenge at all. In fact, all four of those guys are just going to get around Donald like nothing. And here's Matt DiBenedetto. The drivers that the field had to get around for a while with a bit of a challenge up until pit stops happened. Now, this might be a bit more difficult for Ryan Priest. We'll see. Yeah! It's more of a challenge when the guy you're passing is just a little bit faster. Although once again, that gets around him. Now, the good thing for Priest is that once he gets around the lap car, you know, next thing, it's going to be up to the guys behind him to figure out how to navigate around the slow car. In fact, now it's been a bit of a struggle for Gurdjieff and Kurt Busch. I mean, look at that. Gurdjieff finding it very difficult to get around Matt DiBenedetto. And Kurt Busch, not Kurt Busch, not going to find the same difficulties. He's going to tuck him behind Gurdjieff. He's going to have a bit of a run on Gurdjieff going to the corner, and he is not going to make it work, which at this point isn't really a surprise. Meanwhile, for Ryan Priest, for the second time this week, has been able to finagle his way through some sausages. And is ultimately going to reward him with a win if he can keep this lead now for the next 13 or so laps. Or 14 or something, I don't know. Number of laps. I can't count. So, not much to report at the moment, actually. In fact, I think Gurdjieff and Kurt Busch I've actually lost a little bit of ground on Tim Tom due to having it around Matt DiBenedetto. So now at this point, Priest's closest competition is Tim Tom. Now there's still a little bit of lap traffic to pass. Might take a little while to actually get to the lap traffic, but, you know. So Priest, who had the points lead after Kentucky, then lost it after Indianapolis. He's likely going to have the points lead back again after this race. All I have to do now is just bring it home. At this point, this is, well, I mean, this is so much familiar territory for Priest. He's at a track the same size as Kentucky. Now, of course, track is a little bit different from Kentucky. I mean, they're both mile halves, but they do have their differences. But those differences don't seem to make any difference for Ryan Priest. You know, it's amazing. Just this week, he got his first win of the season, and only a couple races later, he's already on his way to getting his second. And if he can make the 12th, that is going to help him out. Because for every win you get in the regular season, that does equal bonus points for the playoffs. So with 9 to go this time by, Priest just has to bring it home. And looks like Grudgeon and Kurt Busch are actually going to fall back a little bit. So at this point, Priest's closest competition is Tim Tom. And Tim Tom still a decent gap behind Ryan Priest. Traffic hole isn't too far away. Pretty soon he might have to work on the real Xbox Nerd. And then Kana. And Kana, despite actually being in the race, he's not going to really do anything of note in the race. But anyway, we are coming close to coming close to the real Xbox Nerd and the end of the race. And another thing worth mentioning, this entire week, all except for the Brickyard 400, Chevrolet has been undefeated. Yes, Chevrolet swept Kentucky, won the Siemens National Series race at Indy, then won the Siemens National Series race here at Chicago, and now Ryan Priest about to bring it home today. And of course, yesterday's race was won by Hubilex Post Toban Motorsports driver, and Ryan Priest, while not really Toban Motorsports driver in the slightest, he does drive for JG Doty Racing, which is getting a little bit of Toban Motorsports support this season. And that Toban Motorsports support has helped this team, or at least Ryan Priest, do pretty good this season. I guess it's worth mentioning, a lot of the focus, as we're getting around all again, all the focus have gone to Ryan Priest, as Ricky Stones Jr. is pretty much just there to fill in the vacant seat. So these two get around Donald. He's pretty easy, but now they have to, or likely gonna have to try and get around the real Xbox Nerd. There's a little bit of tire smoke, as you notice in the back straightaway. No caution though. And here's Ryan Priest. He's gonna have to get around the real Xbox Nerd pretty quickly. And funny enough, Ryan Priest having to work his way around, who's driving for a different Talk about Motorsports Satellite Team. But this time running run up to Ryan Preece is Tim Tom, who has zero connections to Bob Motorsports. And this is getting a bit intense now. Ryan Preece scrapes the outside wall. He's not having a very easy time with getting around the Real Xbox Nerd. And what is this? Tim Tom with a second last lap maneuver trying to get around Ryan Preece. The race is on now. Ryan Preece having some difficulties with getting around the Real Xbox Nerd. Man, not very good communication with the Real Xbox Nerd. He is not getting around Ryan Preece's way. This could make the difference. White flag, warm up to go in Chicago. It's come down to these two. But right now, Ryan Preece, well, he doesn't have to get around the Real Xbox Nerd. He just has to hold off Tim Tom for one more lap. But Tim Tom might have a run here. And with the last lap pass potentially happening right here, this is going to come down to the wire, all because of the Real Xbox Nerd. And now, it's a close fight to the start-finish line. It's going to come down to a full face, but it's going to be the Real Xbox Nerd who will win the Target 400. Oh my goodness, it's going to be Ryan Preece who wins the Target 400 at Chicagoland Speedway, who almost lost the race because of the Real Xbox Nerd. Wow, that was too close for comfort. Ryan Preece almost lost that race because of a slow car. Which, again, Real Xbox Nerd, he's driving for a satellite team which is slightly or somewhat affiliated with JG Doherty Racing. And with the moves there, it almost cost Ryan Preece the win. Luckily, Ryan Preece is able to do a good job with, staying there. And lucky for him, he is still the winner today. So Ryan Preece, that could have cost him the win, but thankfully isn't. And he is ultimately your winner of today. That being said, it was still a good day for Tim Tom and Gridrin, a couple of drivers who have had very bad seasons, getting very good finishes today, so that's a positive for them. So Ryan Preece with the win. Tim Tom, though, comes home in second. Gridrin third, Tyler Reddick in fourth, Kurt Busch in fifth, Percy up sixth, Eric Jones in seventh, Douglas eighth, Ryan Blaney ninth, Russell David 10th, Cole Custer 11th, Brad Keselowski 12th, Joe Logano 13th, Kurt Busch 14th, Matt Kenseth 15th, Rebecca 16th, Nia 17th, Ben Cooks 18th, Mark Schuster 19th, Ryan Newman 20th, Doug 21st, and Fonda Baldwin, who got involved in the early accident, is going to claw his way back up to 22nd, which isn't bad, but could have been better. Chase Elliott comes home 23rd, Alex Bowman 24th, Chris Busch 25th, Eric Garwell 26th, Clint Boyd 27th, Bud Walsh 28th, Reed Sorensen 29th, Austin Dillon 30th, Oliver 31st, William Brown 32nd, Ricky Sauter 33rd, Connor 34th, the Biggs 35th, Danny Hamlin 36th, Christian Bell 37th, Dane 38th, Kevin Nerk 39th, Matt DeBendo 40th, Donald 41st, and Jimmy Johnson with a retirement in 42nd and last. Not sure what happened to him, but well, I guess all these happened. But Ryan Preece wins 2 times this week. Just got his first win of the season. It wasn't even that long ago that Ryan Preece got his first win, and already he bags up that win with a second win in 2 styles the same way, by the way. He won both races this weekend the same sort of style where he just stayed up there in front, then pit stops happened, he capitalized it, and just dominated the rest of the race, and ultimately was the winner. But anyways, that's it for the Midwest. Skills Cup Series going to be off next week, and week after that we will be at a completely different track. So anything that these drivers learned today, they're going to have to just, well, they have to not throw it out, but wait until the next race is this style of track, because next time these guys are going to be out there, going to be at a completely different racetrack. But that's it for today. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in whatever I make next.